When presented with the prompt for this year's Invent Team's competition, we were unsure about what problem to tackle regarding the developing world. But when we read that students in some areas of the developing world miss up to 40% of their school time due to lack of access to clean water, we knew that that was a topic that we had to tackle. So in order to solve the problem of clean water in the developing world, we developed the Maji drum. The Maji drum is a combined storage and filtration system for water that can be used in any location in the developing world. Water is poured in, disinfected with a UV bulb, and stored in a 55-gallon barrel. This whole system is powered by self-sustaining energy that comes from a bike generator that's fun and easy to use for anyone from ages 6 to 60 that has a bike. It's an easy-to-use invention that's versatile and can be applied to many different locations in the developing world. Now let's talk about the structure of the invention. We have Kyle.
All right, so our invention works in 4 very easy steps, and Arjun is going to help me show you how it works. The first step is a filter. Charcoal and sand to get out bulk material and make sure that we have nice clean water to go through our UV chambers. The second compartment is in the back of the drum. There's a pump here to regulate the flow past the lights. The third step consists of Teflon tubing spiraled around 254 nanometer light bulbs. These light bulbs disinfect the water by sterilizing all bacteria within it and making the water very safe to drink. The fourth and final step to our invention is a storage device on the bottom. Now, whether this is the 55-gallon drum or the simple 6-gallon compartment that we have on our cap right now, it doesn't really matter, but no matter what your needs are, you're going to be able to store your water and keep it clean. This wasn't always our invention. We have several other different ideas. One was a 185. The 185 breaks apart organic material. When organic material is a major concern, the 185 will be able to deliver a bigger punch and get more out of the disinfection process. Furthermore, the ozone produced by a 185 is able to disinfect water once it's being stored. I'm going to turn it over to Parth now as he describes the electronics portion of our invention.
Now, the first task the energy team had to tackle was how to generate power, and so we started with these motors here. However, all these motors that we used had one big flaw. They were too small. We had to spin them up too fast to get our voltage going. So we switched to what we have right now, which is a much larger treadmill motor. And this motor we can spin at a much slower rate, and that makes everything a lot more comfortable, a lot more fun, a lot more ergonomic, and that's the key to this bike invention. Now inside here, we have our capacitor and our ballast, which power the system. The capacitor smooths out voltage and makes sure everything is running smoothly. Our connection system is comprised of audio cables, XLR cables, and headphone wires that make the wires easy to disconnect and connect, and easy to replace. So if anything goes wrong, the people in the developing nations can replace and fix it. Now here, what Arjun's looking at is an LED voltmeter that gives an indication of how fast he's pedaling. And that's useful so he can track his own speed and make sure he's within an acceptable range. And now I'd like to hand it over to Lubna.
After doing much research with different types of ultraviolet lights, it was important for us to ensure that the Maji drum could actually kill the bacteria. We started out testing at American Water with E. coli and exposing it to UV light. However, we didn't get the results we wanted. So we started growing our own bacteria. We brought the bacteria testing to our classroom and started to grow lactobacteria. And it was really easy for us because we could grow it anytime we wanted, and after plating it on a petri dish using the techniques we learned at the lab, we were able to come in the next day and look at the different concentrations of bacteria that grew. Recently, we've been working with yeast bacteria, and we learned that we were able to look under the microscope to look at the actual concentrations of the bacteria that decreased.
As we've seen from the people that have talked about the specific aspects of the Maji drum is a really cohesive invention that combines storage, filtration, and a really fun and easy-to-use power system in order to create an invention that can solve the problem of clean water in the developing world, which is what we originally sought out to solve. Thank you.